What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the stream. I am MetaMatt, and I'm live here with 6 owners from great NFT projects. And I'm going to be basically just asking them about what their NFT project is all about. We're going to be focusing on utility today, and we will be doing some live Q&A as well in the comment section of YouTube. So be sure to post your comments in there for any of the questions for any of these awesome owners. But so right now we have Mind Blown NFT, Disco Dogs NFT, we have Rough Life NFT, Egg Tomatons, we also have Arctic Bears, and Fat Pandas. So I'm going to start off with Fat Pandas. So what is your project all about? I know a lot of our members currently in Titan Trading know about it, but for some people might, from other projects, they might not know. What would you say about Fat Pandas?
Well, so the basis of our project was really to capitalize on our cannabis brand that we have in the state of Washington and California and Massachusetts, and to create a really cool community, just to strengthen our brands within try to do something cool for cannabis enthusiasts and our sales. I'm sorry, guys. Hold on one sec.
Yeah, so Fat Pandas, I know that Fat Panda is
Sorry, I'm just getting over COVID, so I apologize. So we have the largest cannabis company in the state of Washington. We're a multi-state operator, so we operate in California, Massachusetts, and Washington, and we just wanted to help expand our brand and our awareness and bring some really cool art and utility to the community.
Awesome. And I know Fat Panda is the actual, it's the recreational cannabis company. And then, so Fat Panda, is that directly linked to it? Is like the same people involved, or how does that work?
So we have a lot of the same of our creative artists is the same artist who's helped us since 2015, working on branding the company. We have a bunch of our current employees and people that are helping us work through this that have a lot of technical acumen. And then where Fat Panda came from originally was we owned a marketing company we still own it, but we had it for about 15 years under that name. And our tech team has really helped develop the platform and everything we're doing with the project. So it's a team effort for sure.
Yeah, I saw some cool stuff going on there in the Discord. I saw that there was like a name that strain game you had going on with the cannabis strain. I believe it was Pandy Candy was the winner. What other cool things you guys got going on in the Discord for the community? Because utility is a big part of these NFT projects, but community is also pretty much just as important. So, as far as the Fat Pandas community goes, like, what can you say about them?
Well, we have a lot of cannabis users in there, obviously, so it's pretty fun. They love playing Duck Hunt. We have Rumble Royales. Every week they get the opportunity to win gas passes and whitelists and things if they are the ones winning those contests. We have a pretty cool community right now on Discord. I think there's about 41 or 42,000 people now. We just sold out our gas pass on Saturday, which provided some cool utility for early minting and automatic whitelists, and then some things for future projects down the road if we end up doing any. And so there's a lot of cool stuff on the Discord. A lot of cool people.
I know a lot of people love that Rumble that they got going on in there. They have like it's pretty easy to you just react to an emoji, and then they have this like fun little game that goes on in there. A lot of cool stuff. There's a music section. I was listening to some music the other night that you guys had going on. But anything else for your members or for those watching? We'll get back to you as well. I want to get to their projects as well.
Nope, that's great. Thanks. I mean, we have other utility, but we can talk about that on the when you come back to me. No problem.
Perfect. So I know, like I was talking about the music, I personally like the music you guys got going on in Fat Pandas, another music-based NFT that I personally have actually listened to some of the music in their Discord as well. They have a DJ is Mind Blown NFT. So as far as utility for Mind Blown, I know you guys got a lot of great giveaways going on, a really big community. As you can see in the chat right now, a lot of people are commenting about Mind Blown. Everyone in the comments definitely should be posting which ones they are bullish on, so everyone can see, what projects you guys like, and which ones you guys are a part of. But for Mind Blown, what is what's the whole thing as far as your utility goes?
Yeah, thanks, Matt. Our end goal is a completely decentralized music festival. So that's where the term DAY comes from, decentralized autonomous events. Because I always thought it'd be a cool thing to be able to like have a part personally in like picking the lineup, the food vendors, things like that. So that's our end goal. And we have a bunch of short-term milestones as well that we hope to hit on along the way to start providing some immediate utility.
Nice. And then, as as we were saying, with the Fat Pandas NFT community is also really big. And I personally, and I'm actually in all the Discords, all six of these projects, but Mind Blown especially is one of the ones that a lot of members are always posting. I was there like at 4 a.m. Eastern, and it was pretty active in the chat. So, what can you say about the Mind Blown community? What you guys are doing, for
I mean,
them, to keep them there?
it's crazy. We want to have this kind of inclusive community. I don't know if you have any experience at music events, but I mean, music is a very inclusive community to start, and so we wanted to bridge that into the NFT space. And I'm blown away. I go into that community sometimes like 3 a.m. when I can't sleep. I'm like, man, they're just in here partying without me.
Yeah, it's like you were just saying. It could be 3 a.m, 4 a.m. It doesn't matter. There's always people in the Mind Blown Discord looking to party.
Someone always on the radio.
Yeah, always on the radio. And I know some people were saying, I believe it was Sean Cleta was saying, it's the only giveaway they ever won. This team is legit. I know personally a lot of members from Titan Trading who got that. We gave away some whitelist spots to a lot of the projects actually who were on the panel, but including Mind Blown. And I believe that like 3 of our members already won. I think it was like one Ethereum from one of your giveaways. Someone won a free NFT that I believe it's like tripled or like quadrupled in value since they won it, which is pretty cool.
It's almost up like I think like the last time I checked, like 700 or 800% since I gave those NFTs out.
That's why I hope you kept some for yourself just in case.
Yeah, no doubt.
But that's awesome. Yes, always the giveaways are always a fun part to fun thing to have in your community and have in these NFT projects. But I see you have some plans for a Times Square billboard. You have the Sandbox Metaverse plans coming up. We'll talk about all that later. But anything else you want to say before we move on to the next?
No, I just want to give a shout out to the community. I know there's a bunch of them here in the comments.
Yeah, no, great community. And I know I just mentioned that Sandbox Metaverse. Well, speaking of Sandbox and Metaverse, and speaking of utility, Disco Dogs, they actually, a lot of projects are talking about how in the future they're going to be getting into the Metaverse, buying Sandbox land. Disco Dogs went into that first. So they already have some, I'll let you actually explain it fully, but you guys already bought some land in the Metaverse as opposed to just talking about in the future plans. You guys are clearly confident in yourselves. What do you have to say about the utility as far as Disco Dogs go? I know this is one that everyone's really excited about.
Yeah, sure thing, man. Thanks for having me also. So, I mean, I think for us, we're already in the music space in real life. And it was kind of just, one opportunity that we had. And we saw that literally that, there was only 10 music festival stages available. And, we wanted to get them first before even making any money from our community. Like we're thinking more long term. I mean, the music space just in general, in the sandbox, in the metaverse, and Decentraland is a little bit further behind, right? Like a lot of everything right now is more gaming. But I think as we get going here, like in the next year or two, it's going to like absolutely pick up. And, for us, like, it was more important to actually have assets for our community than worry, later on. Like we weren't thinking about the fact that, let's just wait to see, what we make. Like we spent our own money on that. We didn't care, because for us, it's more important to actually have it. And because it's very valuable, just to have something that's very limited, inside the sandbox. Now, I think like it's good. And it's also good that the other projects here as well are in the music space as well. I mean, that's a good thing to see that all these other projects that are in the space are actually coming out. And yeah, that's pretty much like, for us, like, later on down the road, we'll have a listen and earn platform. Obviously, this is the music space right now. I feel like, the angle we're going to take right now in the next few months is going to be a little bit different than we did previously. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much, and obviously anybody has any questions for me or anything at all. And Matt, I appreciate you having the stream, man.
Yeah, no, we appreciate having all of you on, of course. And yeah, I personally am involved. Yeah, I love the Disco Dogs. I think it's a great project. I personally minted one during your initial pre-sale. What is, I know, like, a lot of these projects currently have either, the pre-sales going on or their whitelist coming up. I know that you already have been minting already. When is your public mint, and when is that all going to be taking place? We have a lot of people asking the chats.
So ours, what we're going to do is this, because we work with a bunch of artists, is we're going to probably hold off and wait a little bit, maybe a few weeks, because we're giving some of the artists, like some pretty big artists, a couple of our NFTs that we work with. We want to go at the market a little bit better than just, and we want any of the artists that we work with us to believe in, the project as they do, in a sense, than, asking somebody, okay, here, could you pay them to actually post the actual photo when they don't really believe in the project, instead of the artists that we have now, they like, they actually believe in the project, they know the space, they've worked with us in real life, so it's a little bit easier. So getting this pre-sale out there, they're going to be part of tier 1, and then then we're going to go to market a little bit differently than in the past, in a sense of what we thought we should do. We're kind of switching it up a little bit, so we're thinking we'll do in another 2 weeks we're going to release another batch, and then we're going to take it from there pretty much.
And I know that you are talking about, like, not just the music events in the sandbox, but some like in real life music events, and you guys actually have some experience with that, right?
Yeah, absolutely. That's what we do. That's kind of what what made us essentially go into the NFT spaces, because we figured, okay, why don't we utilize, because we were all, me and a couple of my partners, we're all buying NFTs, and we said, okay, why don't we just actually physically like connect both worlds. Essentially what we're going to do is probably start pretty much like to the people that we have a pretty large customer base, is send out like to our one of our next parties. Essentially what we'll do is send out like, because we have a bunch of like 28,000 phone numbers, and they're all loyal customers. Everybody, that comes to our parties is all amazing. Like everybody, the community that we have, but as I said, the music in the NFT world, especially in the world that like the techno and house music space, is a little bit further behind each other, in a sense, where a lot of people, you either know about it or you just don't at all, right? Like it's not like, I think it's just coming into tuition, into life right now. But yeah, essentially, we're going to pretty much like mix both worlds together. But I'll make announcements about that later on and what we're going to do. I don't want to say too much on here.
And anything else you had to say to those watching before we move on to the next project?
No, absolutely. I appreciate all the ones that did, man. We appreciate you guys. I'm here for any questions. Absolutely. All the community knows me that, anytime you need to reach out to me, I'm always here. Just quick text, let me know what's up. If you have any questions, if you have any issues, the community that I do have, I know you guys know that what's up. So thank you guys.
Yeah, we got a lot of disco dog fans. And for those who actually like real life dogs, we have an NFT project here that is supporting dogs. It's actually a Rough Life NFT, and I got one of the developers here on there. Trevor, how we?
Hey guys, what's good? What's good, everybody? Rough Life, where you at? Let's get this. So, yeah, Rough Life Rescues. We started this project actually back in October, was when the concept and the idea all came to life. We then went off and created the art. We teamed up with an artist. Our first mock-up was not very great, and we actually took a full redirection, and that led us to these beautiful 3D pups. And what made that really exciting is because we can now shift gears into many different types of utility, right? And that came down to the idea of, okay, well, why don't we be one of the first to build a dog park within the metaverse where you can come out and hang out with your pups, walk them in the metaverse, and have this, like, not only a major flex to have one of these dope dogs with you, but to have a place where, you can connect with other dog lovers and, potentially have a play to earn principle within it as well. So it's pretty exciting what we can do with that. And then with our project, we're actually donating 40% straight to the SPCA to help dogs in need. We were a charity firsthand, and we want to make that disruption on like even giving more than, a lot of projects, giving 10, 5, 10, 20% maybe. We wanted to give that big 40% and really, give back in a major way. So it's pretty exciting. We've already launched so far. We've sold roughly around coming up to 2,200 NFTs as of right now. We're working on our next phases to help, push those numbers up and to get it out to more people, because more people just need to hear about us, see what we're doing and what we got going on. What we're doing for that is we actually have an affiliate program right now. So any of you guys that, want to share with people, you help 3 people, get in, we'll give you a free NFT. So we always are looking back for the community, always wanting to give back to you guys as well. We even have a tiered system. People come in and it's really hard to just mint one NFT. Trust me, when you go in and you get your pup, it's hard to just get one. And we want to reward people in a tiered basis. So you have different perks for the amount that you actually mint. And, in the higher ranks, when you mint over 25 or 50 plus, we're actually going to be giving you percentages of secondary sales. So it's a pretty cool incentive for, those bigger investors who really see the vision long term, want to support the cause. They can get in and actually make some more of a passive income. And we have all the details and everything else is within our roadmap on our website. You can find that. We really chose the Solana space because, we see the potential with it, because there's just so much room for development. There's actually been more development that's been happening on Solana versus Ethereum right now. There's 0 gas fees. It's minimal cost to entry for anybody. And it's really exciting. I was just actually on a call with, some other people within the Solana space, and it's really cool, the tight-knit communities that have been built within here. And, he was explaining to me, what they're working on, what they're doing. And it's really exciting because, just like collaborations like this, and I'm looking forward to talking to, everyone on this call. Like, we're all here to work together and we're all here to collaborate together to really go out and make a bigger difference to build this projects for you guys as the community. So I think that's it for my time. I don't want to pass it off to anyone else. If there's anything else I needed to cover, let me know. But my line's always open as well. You guys can hop in our Discord. There's always someone there that's willing to help. Right now we have a current giveaway on our Twitter page, Rough Life NFT. Go and like the post, get yourself a free Rough Life. And that's about it, guys. My door is always open. Like I said, we're always helping people, walking through that process of the minting and helping people get their first NFT. So thank you. Thank you, Matt.
And of course, appreciate you having you on. I do like the fact that it is a sole NFT personally, for my wallet's sake, because those gas fees, definitely can be, pretty bad. I know Disco Dogs had their mint. They actually pushed it back an hour just to make sure that, the gas is pretty high when they were going to be doing their pre-sale, and they want to look out for their members. So they pushed back the mint, which was actually really, really cool. And a lot of people were able to take advantage of that and make some, better investments, as opposed to, getting charged $100 for, gas. Thankfully, Dark Disco was able to push that back and look out after the members. But with these Solana NFTs like Rough Life, you don't have to worry about that, because when I mint my Soul NFTs, is like $5, $7 fees, maybe. But
no, dude, it's actually less than a penny. So
yeah. And just one question about that AR compatibility with the NFTs. I know you're talking about doing like the 3D printable, the AR. Do you know how that's going to be working, or is that something that's more so in the future?
Honestly, for me, I'm not the developing side of things, right? So, that's actually not my role. My role is all about community development. So, I don't want to give the wrong answers. That's for sure. But, I know they've been working on things in the back end, and I know for at least the 3D printable, right? We have 3D files that, can easily be sent off to a 3D printer and be printed off. I know there's even like drop shipping websites that we're looking to collaborate with. So that way, you don't actually have to have your printer, own a 3D printer to get your dog printed. So, but yeah, that's what I know for at least on my end.
That's pretty cool. Yeah. All this AR and the 3D printable and all that. It's really cool. And, I like projects that, that have art involved, and not just, the NFT as the art, but also, doing stuff with those NFTs, like having it being AR compatible, 3D printable, or even like Egg Tomatons is another NFT. They have a comic book series with their NFT as a cover series. I believe it's called Greed is their first one, but I'll let you speak on that. We have one of the team members from Egg Tomatons on. How are you doing? Oh, looks like you're muted.
Jamie.
Now we can hear you.
Yeah. by Jamie Hawk or Justice Sloan. So he actually worked with Marvel and video game Game of Thrones. So the first novel is coming in a few days. It's actually connected to our Mint Pass, so our Mint Pass holders are going to be able to get the novels. So that's one of the things that we wanted to do a little bit different. And we are currently working on our play-to-earn games, and we are figuring out the best way to implement the game and the tokenomics with everything. So we will see how everything will work out. We are constantly working on the ideas. We have a couple of them, but we are not sure what we are going to do at the moment. We are talking with our community to see what they think and what is possibly the best choice for us. And we are currently working on Egg Academy. So it's an alpha group where people can talk about other projects. And Zizi, one of the co-founders, started a one Ethereum journey. He created a new wallet, and he started maybe 1 month ago, and he's up maybe, I don't know, he has 2 or 3 Ethereum. So for everybody that's in our Discord, if they don't know something, if they have some questions about, NFTs, they can come and ask us. So that's one of the things that we are working on.
Yeah, I've seen ZZ's One Ethereum Challenge is a really good place to not
Yeah.
only just see how NFTs are being bought and sold, but also to learn about them with that Academy, which is really really cool. I know that we personally in Titan Trading, really care about education, educating our community members so that they're not just hearing about these projects, but actually understanding what they are, how they work, which is really cool. I like that you guys are doing that as well. I personally like Jamie Hawk. I like that. The artist you have doing the comics, she does some really cool work, not only with Marvel, but just like other say sci-fi and comic book related art, which is really, really, really cool. But I personally, your artist is what's really special to me. I've seen them go into the chats and do personalized like art for some community members who are in the chats, which is really cool. T Frost was one of our members actually from Titan Trading who was in there and got a personalized art sketch from the artists, and I know you guys are giving away some personalized hoodies. I saw them on the announcements area. It's really, really cool.
Mamuta is actually my older brother, the artist. So
okay.
I got him involved. Yeah, I like him too.
Right? Doesn't hurt to work with family, right? But
he's currently working on our other collection with the pets. We want to implement our pets with our play-to-earn games. So we went to a gaming company from Serbia here. They are called Crazy Hubs. You can Google them. And actually, Mlamuta, the artist, and one of the founders of the company are really good friends. So we talked about our games and what we are going to do. So we are having meetings like every day and talking about the cryptocurrency and how crypto and the games can be joined together. So
that's awesome.
Yeah,
I know a lot of projects that are currently on the panel, they are currently in the minting process or pre-mint, the whitelist stages. I know that you already had your mint. They're around like 30 or like 40 eggs left right now, I believe, right?
I think about 40. Yeah, about 40 eggs, and we will be sold out completely. Yeah.
And then once those 40 eggs are all minted, then the only way to purchase those eggs are through the secondary market. So you won't be able to mint and possibly get one of those rare ones. So it's definitely a great opportunity to catch that while you still can. There's 40 left, and they're definitely going by fast. So I definitely would recommend checking that out. The link to all these projects are in the description. But anything else for those watching from Egg Tomatons?
I think that's it. I mean, if somebody has some questions, I would say that's it.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna be doing a Q&A at the end for everyone watching. We have a lot of people here in the chats showing some love for all their projects. A lot of Fat Pandas and Disco Dogs with Mind Blown, Egg Tomatons, Arctic Bears, and Rough Life NFT. But let's go to our next one. We have our Arctic Bears. I personally like this one. I mean, I love polar bears, and these guys, kind of like Rough Life, are all about giving back, not just to their community, but also to charitable causes. They are giving back to the polar bears. They're trying to help not only the extinction of polar bears, help stop that, but they're also trying to help with the global warming as far as is getting the word out there. So they have a lot of really cool art. We actually are giving away with them a legendary 1/1 Arctic bear with Titan Trading. We are giving away an NFT from all these projects, but Arctic bears, we're doing a legendary one, which is really, really cool. They have their adoption packs. They have the female bears and the cubs on the way. But we got one of the project members on here. How we doing?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, yes. So everyone's wondering about these Arctic bears and how we are going to use these NFTs as a utility to actually help save the bears. You want to talk on that?
Yeah, so we've got a few things in mind. Obviously, we've released, I think, what we are on our 5th stage of the roadmap. We have got plenty more to come in that aspect of things. Utility-wise, we are, once obviously we've sold out, we're looking at opening merch as well. And with that, instead of just giving 5% to charity, because at the moment we're going to be giving 5% to charity, we're going to be giving around, I think it's 15 to 20F, subject to sell out on competitions for our members. And then once all of that's complete, we're looking at doing merchandise built into our website. And we're going to do that with sustainable materials, with 25% of them proceeds going to charity. And then we're going to put a bit back into the community as well, obviously for the later stages of the roadmap to help us extend after that. But we've got plenty of things planned. Some we're not going to release just yet. It'll be in the 6th, 7th stage of the roadmap, as we are working on the longevity of this project. Just making it a worthy cause for obviously all of future minters, everyone involved and everything. So obviously after this, we've got our female bears, which our whitelisters are going to get for free, one of them. And then we are going to as well move on to cubs and then habitats. So we've got a lot planned for the community.
Yeah, I know you're talking about the cubs and the habitats. I know a lot of projects are, they have that second drop coming. How does that work for holders of the Arctic Bears NFT when it comes to that second drop with the female bears, with the cubs? Like, how does it work getting your hands on one of those if you already are Arctic Bears holder, or even if you aren't, would it be available to those who don't have an Arctic bear?
Yeah, so what will happen, the people on the early stages of the whitelist they'll get airdropped them from our dev, and then after that we will be minting. We're going to limit it to 3,500, so obviously subject to how many of them go to our early members of whitelist, we will be minting the rest, and then obviously a larger portion will go into donations to obviously our charity, the WWF, etc. But yeah, it'll be airdropped from our developer.
Awesome. And anything else for those listening as far as Arctic Bears goes? I want to get to the members' questions and do a Q&A. So those of you who are watching, make sure to post in the YouTube comment section your questions. I'll be sure to ask all the developers what you have to ask.
To be fair, mate, it's mainly just building the project around obviously our members, the people involved, and the community. So yeah, fire away with what you want to do now, mate. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. And I actually have a great question already here from Hugh J.I. This is actually questions to any of y'all, so I'll just leave this open to whoever wants to go. But and this is a question that I personally have too. Where do you see your projects going on in the next 5 years? So I know right now in the next 3 months, everyone's talking about the minting process, selling out. But where do you guys see yourself in the long term as far as 5 years from now? Leave this open to anyone.
I mean, 5 years is a long time in the NFT space. Everything is happening so fast that's maybe too much for asking. But I mean, building up a brand would be really nice, and games and novels that are going to be readable in 5 years. That's the plan for us.
Anybody else?
Yeah, I think the 5-year mark, that is a long time, but that's also the metaverse is going to change so much in the next 5 years from what it is now, from what it was 2 years ago. Like, it's going to be drastically different. I think that the ones that are getting into certain spaces inside the metaverse are obviously going to last. I mean, a lot of projects will probably leave, come and go, but I guess every project, to answer your question, speaking for mine at least, but most projects might not last long term. Most projects' goals might be short term, but the projects that'll even come out in 5 years will probably be much different than the ones now. But yeah, building a brand, I think, is the most important thing, and kind of getting, putting your footprint in the actual space for people to know who you are. Every project is going to be completely different the way they run it. Some will, do really well at first and then fade off. Some will, everyone is going to be different. That's the whole thing. And that's the fun thing about the space, and, connecting with all you guys right now too, that, have projects as well. It's important to work together than actually then not work together, right? I'd rather know the next project owner than, go against them, and I think that's very important, especially, if you plan on owning land in the metaverse, then projects could essentially work together with other projects, and and both of their holders and everybody else can essentially make out from that. But yeah, to answer that question, just from my point of view.
Awesome. Anybody else want to comment on that question? We have some other great questions coming up as well. We have, believe it is, and once again, everyone, forgive me if I mispronounced your name, but Werner asks, this is for Avi for the Egg Tomatons NFT. Are you planning one game or multiple games? I know you're talking about your play-to-earn games.
We are actually planning to do an open hub, so it's multiple games, because we are thinking about doing small games, and the most important thing for us is to implement the earning factor in our games. So we will start with one game and slowly build up the games.
Awesome. And that's obviously a great example of utility for an NFT project, is having those play-to-earn games. I personally think play-to-earn games is the future of gaming, especially now. Now there are play-to-earn games. Why is anyone going to do it for free? But another great question, speaking of utility, Jose Torres is asking, this is for everybody again, what real-world utilities separate your project from the others? So I know Disco Dogs has, you guys have your experiencing currently, in real life, with the music events. Anyone else, or even Dark Disco, if you want to talk about that?
Yeah, jump on. I mean, for us, we work with a lot of artists, and they're always looking for new ways to market their music as well. So what we're going to do is basically create a platform that the artists that we work with will be able to get their music out there. And then Disco Dog holders will essentially be able to earn, there'll be a cap of what you'll be able to earn, to be transparent. I mean, if you were earning more than you bought the Disco Dog for, then I'm in a world of hell there. But at least it'll give you a chance to earn back, during the process, right? I mean, obviously anybody could keep music on all day, but it's going to be, a little bit different in a sense. Like, we're going to work with artists that we already do, and then we're going to pretty much work with any new artists. Like, we're always on the hunt to work with new artists right now in real life. So it'll pretty much just be going from there and just taking it with, new ones that we find, new ones that are really interested in the space. And every music artist wants to market their music. I mean, that's the one thing that they all have in common, and they're always looking for new ways to do this. And the metaverse, everybody loves it, and a lot of artists love it, and they just don't know how to do it yet. And essentially that's kind of where we'll be able to come in a little later on.
Awesome. Anybody else as far as utility goes for real world utility? I know everyone likes to talk
I'll touch
about
on that for a minute, Matt. But for us, a real world utility, like in real life, is going to be a huge factor for us. I see a lot of projects that have a lot of utility as far as buying blue chips or a token or all this sort of thing. But I think what a lot of people aren't considering is, what if we go into a crypto winter? Then what happens? None of us really know the answer to that question. And so if that does happen, in the meantime, you got to think of our NFT as a ticket. We'll be hosting events for now throughout the US. We definitely hope to go international, but with COVID and travel restrictions and all that, it's a little complicated right now. But you know what I mean? Like, imagine how much value an NFT would be if it was the only way to get into a Kanye West concert. Like, that's an extreme example, but that's the kind of utility we're looking to provide.
That's awesome. Definitely having that NFT as the actual ticket, it's even if the NFT project doesn't work out, at least you have that. I know Disco Dogs was talking about the same thing with theirs. Anyone else want to talk about real world utility before we get to the next question?
Sure. I'll take it for a whirl. Really at the end of the day too, like, back to that long-term vision as well. You know, there's a good saying, you know, 1 year in the real world is like, you know, 1 month in the crypto space, but, you know, 1 week in the NFT space is like 1 month in the crypto space. So things progress and move very, very quickly. You know, for us in terms of, you know, differentiating ourselves with the actual use case and utility is, you know, is in that form of the dog lover space, and, you know, adapting it into the metaverse. You know, what we see is having this like play to earn principle. Maybe it would be like a Tamagotchi style, or, you know, when you train your dog, you're going to be able to level it up. And then of course, you know, you can have a native token towards it. You know, and that's all, you know, that's all in the process. Now, how do we connect, you know, and this is where, you know, NFTs are going to really, really stand out, is how can they connect, you know, the virtual world to the reality world, right? You know, how can we tie the two together? And, you know, for us, you know, what we see is actually building this into an actual brand that is recognized worldwide. You know, maybe we want to, you know, save some other animal down the line. We can create another collection, you know, Rough Life, we can use the same brand, but with, you know, instead of dogs, maybe cats, or someone was recommending this endangered species, you know, things like that. We can go down different bridges, right? But what I can see is that, you know, we can host, you know, different merchandise where, you know, your dog bowl is a Rough Life bowl, right? You know, your leash that you're walking your dog with is, you know, Rough Life Rescues, you know, looking, you know, super cool, right? And once when we are in the metaverse, guys, like literally everybody's going to want a dog to go with them, right? And, you know, everybody's going to want one, and there's just not going to be enough to go around. So, you know, there'll be, you know, leading into that doggy merch side of things, of the clothing for dogs. So that's where I kind of see the bridge as well. So I think that would be my answer.
Awesome. And we have another great question. This is actually, there's two people who have a question. They kind of go one link one after the other. The first one is from Saiku. He's asking if there's any future projects that will be linked with these current ones. I know some projects have like incubators, like, you know, Boss Bull Club has their gorillas and their elephants. I don't know if anyone here plans on having like another project that they might be linking to or doing something along those lines. And that's the first question. And the second part of that question for everybody is, do the owners have any plans? This is from Coffee Cup, a Titan trading member. Do the owners have any plans to work together with the other projects here in the Q&A or on the panel? Seems like there's a lot in common. Like, I know like Mind Blown and Disco Dogs, you know, they're both music NFTs. We got dogs and we got Rough Life. So I know that Disco Dogs was talking about that, you know, how it's so important. Actually, a lot of y'all were talking about how it's so important to, you know, come together in this, you know, in this universe, you know, in this NFT space, as opposed to just trying to like all fight each other. You know, competition, you know, sometimes it's a good thing to have competition, you know, it brings more eyes, you know, onto all these projects, you know. So what do you guys have to say to either of those questions about the, you know, future projects or the possible collaboration or working with other projects in general?
Regards to this one, I personally think just you want to focus on one project. I think people who are focusing on too many projects at once, or doing one and then going straight into another, are after more money instead of actually building value for obviously themselves, the members, the people who've minted it. Like, I think it's better to just focus on one. And obviously you do want to work with other projects, collaborate with other projects. I think that's great to do because you expand your brand, you help expand their brand. But I think obviously in regards to focusing on a project, you just need to focus on the project you're currently doing and expanding that. Expanding the roadmap, obviously you need to adapt to what's out there, such as like the metaverse, the pay-to-play games, etc., and just going from there instead of moving on to obviously another project, even if it's related. I just think focus on an individual project and expand the roadmap and expand it to obviously the best that you can.
Awesome. And then another part for that question from Backdoor Gaming. They were asking, do you have any plans to partner with another project in the metaverse for anyone involved? I know, you know, with Disco Dogs, you have your sandbox metaverse. I know that some other projects were also talking about getting some land in the metaverse. So do you guys have any other, you know, projects you're looking at, or just even just entities in the metaverse, or that y'all are looking to hook up with, for instance, Disco Dogs, with your events? Is there any like, any types of metaverse plays or companies out there that might be partnering or helping out, with these stages or with these, music platforms?
Yeah, I mean there may be, but I can't say them yet.
Yeah, no, yeah, of course.
That's
That's the same. That's the same thing for me too. It's like, we've been talking to some big names and stuff that, potentially want to collab and work with us to like bring the vision into the space. But it's like, we can't say anything.
Right. I know that a lot of people are always asking about the mint prices. Not only, what is the mint price, but when is the mint price for those of you who have projects that are either currently minting or, in the process of getting to that mint stage. When is your, I guess, public mint date? And then what is your mint price, and what did you like? How did you come up with that price? If you don't mind answering that question as well for anyone here. This is from Just Turned. So I know we have a couple projects that are coming up with their mint soon, I believe. I know Mind Blown has theirs, I believe it's the 16th, right? And then Disco Dogs had just had your pre-sale. Anyone want to talk about their sales coming up?
Well, I think the easiest way to answer that question, because there's all 6 of us, is like, inside of all of our Discords, there's the details about our mint pricing and so forth like that. That might be the easiest place to get the answer.
Yeah, and that's definitely for sure. For those of you who are watching, we do have links to all the Discords in the description. And if you just go to their official links, that's where you can find all the information on their website, where to mint. Do never trust DMs. Those are typically going to be spam or scams. You do not want to trust that. Always trust the official links for sure. And definitely, like Trevor was saying, it's really important to know what know the projects you're getting into. Know when they're minting, why they're minting, or when they're minting, what the price they're minting at, and all that can be found usually in the either frequently asked questions, or they might have it just right there on the site. So a lot of great ways to find all that information as well. We can go ahead and move on to another question. We have Hugh again was asking, what are the key challenges you guys are facing at this current moment, and how do you deal with them? I know, for instance, we were talking about the crypto. I know the crypto had a pretty big dip. Is that affecting y'all as far as your mint goes? As far as your plans go? I know Ethereum. I believe it just hit low 3,000s. It was at the 4,000 a little bit ago. For those of you who are in Ethereum projects, is that something you guys are worried about, or talking about, or trying to work around?
For us personally, it's not, like we set those prices and don't want to go back and change on the community now. And, we'll manage it to the best of our ability. For us, the biggest thing is, we've got kids, we've got in real life businesses we all run, and it's just a time management kind of thing. That's this biggest struggle,
NFT Jaron was asking an interesting question. A lot of people, when they see these NFT projects, new investors and people who are new to the NFT space, they're probably wondering, like, who are these guys behind it? Which is why I wanted to bring all you on, so people can see, like, oh, these real people who genuinely care about their communities and want to not only give back but answer questions and just be as transparent as possible. But when it comes to the team, how do y'all? I guess not. I don't want to say how do you feel about your team, but as far as your artists goes, the developers, what was the process behind finding the right team and getting the team behind you that you're confident in, so you can move forward as a project to be successful in the future? Pass this one off to Trevor, if that's cool.
Yeah, sure. So how we formed our team really was like, we're all like, our core of our team, it comes, I think there's about 8 of us actually on the entire team. And how we created it was, we're all friends within a trading academy that we work with and that we've been a part of for a couple of years. So through our network, that was kind of how we got together. Myself, I brought on, a friend of mine on board to help, do the branding and the social media stuff, because that's, his strong suit. So, I brought that guy together. Our developer, he's someone I've known from, literally middle school, and we played hockey together and stuff like that. And, he got into the coding space, right? So we made sure we brought, the people on for the right task. And what we did though was we outsourced the artists. We found an artist from a third party, and we had to like interview a handful of different artists. That was the only one that we had to bring on, that wasn't in our inner circle. So that's sort of how we built our team. And then we brought on like a couple more people with like more business experience for like, that, I don't know what's the right word, like advising in a sense. Like we brought one guy in that was like, very good with networking, and he could connect us with the right people. So that's about that.
Awesome. Yeah, it seems like everyone seems in the chat to be really excited about all these projects. If you do want to not only get in on these projects, but possibly, maybe you don't have the funds at the moment, or you're just new to NFTs. Obviously, we don't recommend anybody putting money into something they don't, aren't confident in, which is why at Titan Trading, we do have NFT education. We have a whole NFT 101 series. We'll be doing live NFT discussions, live NFT due diligence, going over projects like these and finding projects together. We also do some great giveaways. These are free NFTs we're giving away, or these NFTs we are giving away for free. They aren't free NFTs. They're either worth a good amount, and hopefully in the future, these will be worth a lot more, especially these projects we have currently on. But we are giving away a whole bunch of great NFTs for free. One of them is that legendary 1 out of 1 Arctic Bears NFT, which is really cool, a really, really great cause for that project. And we are giving away a PS5 as well. The link to that is in the description of this video. It's at the top of the description is that link. It's pretty easy to enter. You just go right to that link. It'll be right here, try pbalerts.com/Triton Trading Giveaway. And all you got to do is just click these buttons. Just join. You can join the Titan Trading Discord server so you can get in on all these NFT projects. Join our PB Stock Alerts, which is our other company, which we do stock trading education, and we also do stock alerts. Or you can sign up for our mailing list. You can go to our YouTubes, and there are going to be a whole bunch of other great ways to get in on these awesome giveaways for these amazing projects and these great NFTs. And obviously, for those of you who might not have gotten that PS5 that you wanted over Christmas, this is your chance to win that one for free. So really cool. We'll be giving away those. Some of them will be on YouTube, some will be on Twitter, and some right in our Titan Trading Discord. So definitely worth checking out because, who doesn't like free stuff, right? But yeah, anything else from hitting that hour mark? Anything else from anybody, any of the project developers here, project owners who I think want to say to your community? I'll just go one by one and let you say some last words. Dark Disco, we're going to start with you. We had a lot of people in the chat, as you can see.
Yeah,
on the
absolutely.
screen,
What up? What up, Disco Dogs? How you doing, guys? I appreciate you all here and all the ones that have supported us very early on. We're very early. And Matt, appreciate you actually having this, the chat and all the other projects. I wish you guys all luck. Feel free to reach out to me anytime. Like I said, my door is always open. And I look forward to hearing, and seeing where all you guys are in the next year or two.
Awesome. Yeah, I personally, like I said, I minted one of those Disco Dog NFTs on the Saturday pre-sale, so I'm excited for this project personally. I'm looking forward to partying in the Sandbox Metaverse with y'all and in the Discord. Yeah. And Trevor, looks like you're also excited. We want any last thoughts for the those loyal Rough Life NFT project members out there?
Really, like no crazy last words, just gratitudes and appreciations because, like the fact that we're all on here together, there's 6 other projects that are sharing this space. Like, I think that's pretty cool. And yeah, so just really only big gratitudes and just big ups from here because, at the end of the day, this is just the beginning for each and every single one of these projects. And MetaMatt, he does his due diligence to make sure that he brings the best of the best content to his channel and provide for all of us. So like, it's pretty cool that we're all here. So yeah, that's all I got to say is like, I'm looking forward to collaborating with and talking with some of these other projects too. So let's get it.
Yeah, I want to highlight on that. Just for those of you who are watching, I would not do these giveaways or do these collaborations with any projects that I, personally wouldn't get in myself. Us at Titan Trading and PB Alerts, we try to be as transparent as possible with our members, and we care about our members. We don't want them to just, get into a project just because. We don't want to just put out content just because. We want to make sure that our members are not only getting into projects, but doing it with projects that we personally trust, we personally would get into. and doing it in a way that that they know what they're doing, which is why we do the education as well. But like, yeah, I personally did do my due diligence on all these projects before reaching out to all the people you see here on the panel. And I personally, I'm getting into every single one of these projects myself personally, and I wouldn't, like I said, I wouldn't do this if I wasn't at Titan Trading. We're only going to be doing these whitelist giveaways and these NFT giveaways with projects that we personally do like, and that's why I'm just so excited to have these guys on, because these are projects that I went into. I looked at the website, checked out Twitter, checked out the Discord, went in the chat, see what they're all about, make sure they're active, A, and B, that this active with the right types of people, which I really do feel like these projects do have, and they have the the right utility and mindset. But I'm just going to go ahead and egg Tomatons. We're going to anything last words for your egg Tomaton holders or potential future holders?
In our alpha chat, I sent something interesting, and I want to talk to more with you. So some people are there every day, but some people are not joining. So I want to talk to everybody. That's what I want to say. Yeah.
Yeah, I love the transparency with these projects. We're gonna go ahead and bring it over to Blown NFT. Any last words? We got a lot of people in the chats talking about the mint coming up on in I believe this week on Friday. I believe it is.
Yeah, so the pre-sale starts Friday. We still have some spots available. If you want to join, just hop in the Discord and try to find that secret password. Shouldn't be too hard. But shout out to PB Alert. Y'all pay for my honeymoon, man.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, you are the one who the one out of these project owners. You were with us in PB Alerts prior to all this NFT stuff. So I'm glad to have you on board, especially.
Yeah, I joined y'all back, I think, in like April of 2020.
Wow, and you're able to make some money apparently, right?
Absolutely.
Awesome. Yeah, that's the name of the game. So we're glad we can, now not only do we help y'all then, now you're helping us now, because I'm personally am, like I said, minting a Blown NFT. So maybe I'll be able to make some money. Yeah, exactly. We got your stock alerts, you got the Blown NFT for us. So it's a win-win for everybody.
Yeah, definitely. Thanks for having us, Matt.
No, of course. Yeah, we're definitely going to be having a bunch of y'all on again. Hopefully, be doing a bunch of these in both Twitter Spaces, YouTube Live, the whole 9 yards. We want to get the word out there to as many people as possible about these great projects, so that they're not dealing with having to go and get scammed or spammed by all these other shill projects, whatever. I want to make sure that people are getting their eyes on legitimate projects by legitimate people. Speaking of which, I want to bring it over to Arctic Bears. I personally am super excited about this legendary 1/1 NFT we are giving away. I love polar bears, like I was saying, so I'm super excited about this project. Any last words for those watching?
Yeah, again, thank you for obviously all you've done so far, Matt, and to everyone. We've opened up 100 whitelist spots where you get to skip the queue, because our main whitelist is 100% sold out. So that's ready on the 19th, and we're 50% through our second stage whitelist. We're giving Matt's group the opportunity to skip the queue and go straight forward to the first whitelist, where you'll get a female bear. So obviously, regarding that, it's in the description for Matt. But once again, thank you. And like I say, it's been nice to talk to the other teams as well, get involved with them as well. So thank you.
Yeah, we are doing that whitelist giveaway. We've already done our whitelist giveaways with Blown NFT and Disco Dogs. We fill those slots pretty quickly. People are really excited about this project. We have Arctic Bears as our newest one I'm really excited about. We have a bunch of great whitelist spots for that original 100 tier 1 spot, which is really important. When it comes to these projects, that's how the people who make the real money, the ones who mint in the pre-sale, they get in on these early, get in the whitelist, which is why not only am I doing the due diligence on these projects, making videos about them, I also want to get in contact with these guys and make sure that we can get some whitelist spots for Titan Trading, so that y'all can not only get in on these projects, but get in on them at the best possible prices, and during the pre-sale. It really does help to to get on whitelists for these projects and to mint during the pre-sale. I know Disco Dogs, we were able to mint at I believe it was 0.05 Ethereum was the original tier 1 price, and they had the 0.07 for the public sale. I know Blown, I believe it was like a 50% discount if you got into the whitelist. A lot of these projects, you get a much better price when you do get on that whitelist. But yeah, and I'm really excited though, personally, about this giveaway. I believe that was everybody. And we have our PS5, like I was saying, our PS5 giveaway. The link is in the description. And if you want to get on any of these great projects, we we love having them on. We love having them on the YouTube. And we also have them in our Discord. If you want to ask them any questions there, you can go to their Discord. Links are in the description for that. and ask them any questions. As you can tell, all these guys are super transparent. Really into their not just their community, but also their project, which is good to know that the people in charge, people who have the reins are competent. So I personally really appreciate having y'all on. Fat Pandas, he had to drop off. These guys are really busy. Fat Pandas is like I said, Fat Pandas is a $500 million recreational marijuana company, and that's a huge industry, huge business. So he was a little bit busy, but we wanted to get him on early so he could talk about the project. We had him on first, talking about Fat Pandas. But for those of you who have any questions, you can definitely check out our Discord or their Discord to ask any questions about that great project. I personally am really excited about that. We are actually not only giving away a Fat Pandas NFT, we are also giving away on Titan Trading 4 gas passes. So what these do is they allow you to bid for 0.1 Ethereum as opposed to the public sale of 0.3 Ethereum. So you're getting a 66% discount with these gas passes. We have 4 of them that we're giving away. They are already sold out on Fat Pandas. They had their sale for these gas passes. They sold out relatively quickly. So, a lot of people are really interested in this project, which is a really good sign. We have 4 gas passes we're giving away, as well as 1 NFT for not only Fat Pandas, but also all these amazing projects and more, as well as a PS5. But appreciate everyone coming on. I appreciate everyone who tuned in with all these great questions. If your question did not get answered, please feel free to ask them in the Titan Trading Discord. If I do know the answer, I'll try to get them to you. If not, I'll try to find the people who can get those answers to you, because we like I said, with our Titan Trading members, we want to make sure that y'all not only are getting in on the right projects, but are confident, in the money that you're using and, in what you're putting your money into, not only with the projects, but also just in yourself, with, knowing how MetaMask works, or how the fees work, or, the best time to buy, and how all that works. So, we definitely want to help y'all on this NFT journey. I know a lot of people are just getting into this, just like we did with PB stock alerts. Everyone was just getting into stocks when it was, during COVID, everyone was staying at home, and we had a lot of people who were brand new to stocks. We got to educate them, our member from Blown NFT, and they were able to not only learn but make some money together, with us, and we were able to build a community. We wanted the same thing for the NFT space, and the best way of doing that is getting involved in these solid projects, and, making a community, and not only just in one project, but in a bunch of projects. I love seeing all the people in Disco Dogs who are also in Blown, who are also in Fat Pandas or Egg Tomatons and Arctic Bears, and Rough Light. And seeing everyone in a bunch of these different projects is really cool. But I definitely appreciate everyone for tuning in. I appreciate everyone for coming on. We hope to see you in the Titan Trading Discord and all these other Discords. I'm personally in all of them, so I'd like to see you guys all in there. For those of you from Titan Trading, drop a hashtag make some bread in any of these Disco Dogs or Blown or any of these chats, so I know that you guys are in there. For those of you who know what that means. But I hope to see y'all next time. Thank you everyone for joining in. Until then, we hope that you all make some bread. Take care, everybody.